Hello and welcome to Financial Friday. And today's topic is one I know that's going to step on a few toes. The topic today is booked and busy, but are you paid? And the reason why I wanted to touch this topic, even though I know, again, it's going to step on some toes, is because I hear that phrase used a lot. But, people will say they're booked and busy, but they don't factor in that payment part of it. Are you being compensated adequately for those efforts? And one reason why I wanted to bring this up, I saw a post a few weeks ago, and it really hurt for the young lady that was posting it. And so she was saying, she was distraught about customers challenging her about her pricing, and that she had been in business, I want to say upwards of 11 to 12 years, and she had yet to really make a profit. So she had been in business this entire time, and she was in the events industry. And so she's doing these events for people. And once she puts pencil to paper and looks at how much she spent on an event to make the event beautiful, she hasn't made any money. And I see that a lot. I know that it's common in the events industry. I'm sure that it's common across other industries as well, where people are counting the number of events that they're doing, that quantity, but they're not looking at whether or not those events are profitable and whether or not they are setting themselves up for success by making sure that they're not just booked and busy just to say that they are booked and busy. Because booked and busy without profits is basically just wasting your time and your energy, and it's not going to help your business to grow. You will never be able to grow that way. And one of the things that she actually mentioned was that she couldn't even, hire help to manage these different things because she was not making enough money to do that. So when you are looking at that calendar and you're looking at whether or not you have a full calendar, I want to try to challenge you to switch your thinking. I want you to look at whether or not you are hitting your sales goals. I want you to have sales goals firstly, but once you have those sales goals, I want you to make sure that you are thinking about hitting those sales goals and making sure that not only do you have sales goals, but you also have looked at your pricing, looked at what it entails for you to do business, and made sure that you are doing the things that are going to keep you profitable. Don't just look at the tangible things that you can see if you're selling a product. So a lot of times if we're selling a product, people will say, well, it cost me this much in materials to produce this product. And that's the only factor that they look at when they're deciding on pricing. You need to look at your time. Your time is valuable and your time is worth money, and you're losing money if you don't attribute your time when you are calculating your pricing. So you're not paying yourself. You're not, if you're just looking at your hard costs, you're not accounting for overhead, insurance, all of those different things that are important to keep your business running that are outside of just the material cost. So make sure that you are pricing for profit and not backing yourself into a corner where you have to be booked in order to be paid, because you shouldn't have to be booked to your full capacity in order to make a profit. You should be able to make a profit and also have some leeway in your schedule. And, booked is not the same when your prices are where they need to be. So book to someone who has extremely low prices, maybe, 20 clients, where book to someone who has adequate prices, maybe three. So think about that. Think about, are you leaving money on the table, and are you wearing yourself out by focusing on being booked and looking at that number as your metric of how successful your business is? Your business is not necessarily, especially if you're not selling a direct product, your business is not necessarily successful based on the volume of sales if the volume is not equated to a profitable dollar amount. So, I mean, there are, some businesses that their business model is based off of volume, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's, definitely a place for that, and you want to make sure that you are getting customers. You want to have that connection to your audience. You want people to want you, and that's great, but never separate the two. So if I had to say anything, I would say that the phrase needs to change to booked, busy, and paid. So make sure that you don't leave off that last part, because that last part is actually the most important part, because your business has to be profitable to continue to go on. So that's my tip for today. I want y'all to make sure that y'all are booked, busy, and paid. And are looking at your financials and making sure that you have a deep understanding of your financials, so that you always are in a position that your business can grow and flourish without creating overwhelm in your life. Because that's what happens when you have a mismatch of your pricing and your time that you're putting in, that ultimately you end up with the overwhelm and you end up burning out. And I've seen, companies just close the doors because they just couldn't handle it. So think about that when next time you are, looking at your schedule. Make sure that you are booked, busy, and paid. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday for Marketing Monday. And if you want to know any more information about business, more of our business tips, or you want to see what's going on in the business world, you can always go to our webpage, which is yourworkflow.com. Our resource center has a wealth of information about business. We have a ton of business products, and we're constantly rolling out new programs to help business owners to get a handle and own their business, because you want to own your business and not have your business own you. So again, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week.